World Cup title for Cristiano Ronaldo in what was likely his last appearance at soccer's biggest tournament. After being on the bench at the start for the second straight match, Ronaldo couldn't help Portugal come back against Morocco, losing 1-0 in the quarterfinals on Saturday. The 37-year-old Ronaldo walked off the field in tears. Ronaldo came on as a substitute early in the second half with his team already losing. He replaced midfielder R.Superscripto Ben Neves in the 51st minute for his 196th international men's appearance, the most of all time along with Kuwait forward Badr Mutawa. Ronaldo, playing in his fifth and likely final World Cup, had also been on the bench to start in the round of 16 against Switzerland, making an appearance as a substitute. Morocco took the lead on Saturday with a header by Youssef En-Nesyri in the 42nd minute. Ronaldo was among the first substitutions made by Portugal coach Fernando Santos, and after receiving the captain's armband from defender Pepe rushed onto the field and started cheering on his teammates. As time kept running out, he also raised his arms toward the Portugal fans, heavily outnumbered by the Moroccans, and asked for their support. Ronaldo helped increase the intensity of the Portugal attack that had struggled to get past the well-organized Moroccan defense. He immediately created an opportunity with a cross into the area, then lost possession shortly afterward. He also set up a shot by João copyright licks in the 82nd, but his teammate's strike was saved. Ronaldo's last gasp shot in stoppage time also was saved. Ronaldo walked off the field after the final whistle and started crying by the time he entered the tunnel into the locker rooms. Some Moroccan players had gone to console him, but there were no Portugal teammates by him as he walked off. Most had stayed on the field and went toward the Portugal fans to thank them for their support. Santos patted Ronaldo's back as he passed by him near the sideline. Ronaldo had said before the World Cup that he did not plan to retire from the Portuguese national team after the tournament in Qatar, and that he planned to play at least at the 2024 European Championship. He remained with 8 World Cup goals, one shy of a copyright bio's record with Portugal in the tournament. Gone Sectionalo Ramos, who scored a hat-trick on Tuesday in Portugal's 6-1 win over Switzerland in his first start for Portugal, was again selected ahead of Ronaldo. Ronaldo was left out of the lineup against the Swiss after Santos expressed frustration about his team captain's attitude in the previous game. Santos later said Ronaldo was not happy to be told he was being benched, but never threatened to leave the World Cup because of the decision. Ronaldo, the all-time leading scorer in men's international soccer with 118 goals, eventually came in as a replacement in the 74th minute. He had looked somewhat disconnected from the rest of the squad after the match. Ronaldo was coming off lackluster performances in the group stage, though he scored in the 3-2 win over Ghana to become the first player to score in 5 World Cups. He has played in every edition of the tournament since 2006. Portugal's other starters against Morocco at Alfamames Stadium included João copyright licks, Bernardo Silva, Bruno Fernandes and Vio. Portugal was trying to make it to the last 4 for the third time, having finished third in 1966 and fourth in 2006. The team hadn't gotten past the round of 16 since that tournament in Germany 16 years ago. Cristiano Ronaldo has spoken for the first time since Portugal's shock exit from the World Cup at the hands of Morocco. Morocco became the first African and Arab country to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup after beating Portugal 1-0. They will play France in the last 4. Ronaldo left the stage in floods of tears. Speculation in between the two games had suggested that Ronaldo was so unhappy with the decision of Fernando Santos that he implored to be let home. However, the former Manchester United and Real Madrid forward denied such allegations, professing his love for his country in an emotional statement. "Winning a World Cup for Portugal was the biggest and most ambitious dream of my career," he wrote. "Fortunately, I won many titles of international dimension, including Portugal, but putting our country's name on the highest foot in the world was my biggest dream. I fought for it. I fought hard for this dream. In the 5 appearances I scored in World Cups over 16 years, always by the side of great players and supported by millions of Portuguese, I gave my all. Leave it all out on the field. I never turned my face to the fight and I never gave up on that dream. Sadly yesterday, Friday, the dream ended. It's not worth reacting in the heat of the moment. I just want you all to know that much has been said, much has been written, much has been speculated, but my dedication to Portugal has not changed, not for a moment. I was always one fighting for the objective of all and I would never turn my back on my colleagues and my country. Not much more to say for now. Thank you Portugal, thank you Qatar. The dream was nice while it lasted. Now, it's hoping that time will be good advisor and allow each one to draw their own conclusions. Ronaldo's future at the top of the global game is now under serious doubt. The Portuguese was in effect forced into forcing his own Manchester United exit after being cut out of Erik ten Hag's first team. Meanwhile, Fernando Santos pointed to the future of the Portuguese national side in not selecting Ronaldo for either of their knockout ties at the ongoing World Cup. Santos, explaining prior to their last 16 clash with Morocco how the conversations had gone with Ronaldo before the Switzerland fixture, said his most recognizable player was not pleased upon being told he had been dropped, in essence for the good of the team. So, that conversation needed to happen, Santos said upon revealing he informed Ronaldo beforehand he would not be starting. I don't do that with all the players, but he's the captain. I had a conversation with Cristiano Ronaldo. We talked about the Portuguese team but the only conversation I had was before the match against Switzerland to tell him why he was going to be a substitute. I told him that he was not going to start in the round of 16. He was not happy with the conversation, as is normal. But it was a normal conversation where everyone showed their point of view. When a player is captain of Portugal and starts on the bench, it's normal for him not to be happy. When I told him that I wasn't going to play as a starter, he asked me if it was a good idea. Of course he wasn't happy, but I assure you that he never wanted to leave. In his post-match interview after watching his side be eliminated by relative minnows Morocco, Santos said he did not regret not starting Ronaldo. I do not regret leaving Ronaldo on the bench, Coach Santos told a news conference on Saturday. It wouldn't change anything. In terms of the team, I can't be thinking with my heart. I used the team that played really well against Switzerland and there was no reason to change it. Against Morocco, the strategic decision that I had to make was one of the hardest, but I can't think with my heart. I have to think with my head. It's not that Ronaldo is no longer a great player, that has nothing to do with it.